Good day, I am Joanna Marie Rosario, and together with me are my group mates, Criza Janelle Amlos, Abigail Agabe, Tony Rose and Isaac, and our team leader Phoebe Ira Vicente. We are students from the COA BSMA 3E, and we are delighted to present the strategic audit of McDonald's Corporation. McDonald's restaurant is the world's largest chain of hamburger fast food restaurant. There are over 30,000 McDonald's restaurants in more than 100 nations that serves an average of 50 million customers daily. McDonald's restaurant is operated by a franchise or by the corporation itself. And in 1979, the very first McDonald's restaurant was opened in Singapore. Dr. George T. Young opened the very first McDonald's restaurant in the Philippines in Moraita, Manila in 1981. In 1992, McDonald's first opened its stores in Cebu City in Visayas and in Cagayan de Oro in Mindanao. Ronald McDonald House Charities, also known as RMHC, was launched in 1996 in the Philippines. And in 2005, McDonald's Philippines became 100% Filipino-owned. You might be wondering, why did we choose this company? We all know that McDonald's is a very well-known fast food chain, not only in the Philippines but globally as well. With that, pieces of information were very visible and transparent on the internet and on the company's website. In this time of pandemic where everything is restricted, our group opted to choose a company that is accessible and convenient to every one of us in the pursuit of our requirements. But what are the benefits of conducting a strategic audit with this company? First and foremost, it can help in evaluating the current strategy of the company that startup businesses can use as a reference. Second, it can help in highlighting the risks within the business. Third, it may help in determining a better strategy or method to be used in the company. Fourth, it analyzes those capabilities that are critical in achieving a competitive advantage. Fifth, it enables us to compare audit reports. Furthermore, resource adjustments, audit cycle, and industry and corporate competitiveness can also be an additional benefit in conducting a strategic audit with this company.
For McDonald's past corporate performance in 2018, its annual revenue was $21.258 billion, a decline of 6.80% from 2017. In 2019, McDonald's annual revenue was $21.364 billion, an increase of 0.5% from 2018's revenue. However, McDonald's revenue in 2020 has declined by 10.09% from 2019. Its annual revenue in 2020 was $19.208 billion. McDonald's mission is to serve Filipino community by providing great tasting food and the most relevant customer delight experience. McDonald's main vision is that una sa pamilyang Pilipino. Under this, McDonald's wants to be the first to respond to the fast-changing needs of the Filipino family. First choice when it comes to food and dining experience, first to mention as the ideal employer and socially responsible company, and first to respond to the changing lifestyle of the Filipino family. Lastly, McDonald's objective is to serve good food in a friendly and fun environment, to be a socially responsible company, and to provide good returns to its shareholder.
So let's go now to the corporate governance of McDonald's Corporation. According to the founder of McDonald's Corporation, Ray Kroc, the basis for our business is that we are ethical, truthful, and dependable. It takes time to build a reputation. We are not promoters. We are business people with a solid, permanent constructive ethical program that will be installed for years from now, even more than it is today. The corporate governance is divided into two parts: the board of directors and the top management. McDonald's board believed that good governance is a journey, not a destination. McDonald's practices an honest, fair, diligent, and ethical practice. The company is committed to reviewing the governance principles at least annually with a view to continuously improve and commitment to ensure the integrity of the McDonald's system and in all its dealings to stakeholders. And we have 30 board of directors rosters, namely Enrique Hernandez Jr., Lloyd H. Dean, Robert A. Eckert, Catherine M. Engelbert, Margaret H. Georgiades, Chris Kempczynski, Richard H. Lenny, Sheila A. Penrose, John W. Rogers Jr., Paul S. Walsh, Miles D. White, Andrew G. McKenna, John G. Milligan. So let's go now to the top management of McDonald's Corporation. The top management of McDonald's is composed of 12 people. We have the president and CEO, Chris Kempczynski. He is responsible for driving McDonald's growth strategy and ensuring that the company's values are embedded throughout the system as the filter throughout which all their business decisions are made, bringing its corporate purpose to feed and foster community to life. We have also Senior Vice President, Chief Digital Customer Engagement Officer, Lucy Brady. Lucy is charged with creating industry-leading digital-enabled customer experiences. Brady brings a wealth of experience advising some of the world's largest consumer, retail, and franchisee businesses. Third, Executive Vice President and Global Chief People Officer, Heidi Corpozzi. Heidi oversees the company's human resource operations. In this role, she will lead corporate employee relations, diversity and inclusion, total rewards, and talent management, among others. Fourth, Executive Vice President, Chief Supply Officer, Francisca De Valles. She is responsible for developing and executing sustainable sourcing strategies across the company's supply chain footprint. Executive Vice President and Chief Global Impact Officer, Kathy Barney Fallon. Kathy leads the Global Impact team focused on harnessing and directing the full strength of McDonald's ongoing efforts to effect positive changes around the world. The Executive Vice President, Global CIO, Daniel Henry. He manages the global technology portfolio and partnership to drive business growth and transform the McDonald's experience for both customers and employees around the world. For Senior Vice President, Global Restaurant Development and Restaurant Solutions Group, Payuter Joka. He is responsible for real estate strategy and analytics for restaurant development and bringing new restaurant design solutions to the global McDonald's system. And we have also Interim General Counsel and Secretary Mabruk Hussain. She leads the legal teams responsible for supporting real estate development. And we have also Senior Vice President and Global Chief Market Officer Alistair Macro. Alistair leads the development and execution of bold marketing strategies to drive sustainable business growth for McDonald's. We have Senior Vice President Global Finance, Brian Mullins. Brian leads McDonald's market and regions finance teams, ultimately covering all of the 120 markets where McDonald's has restaurants. And we have also Vice President Strategic Alignment and Chief of Staff Office of the CEO, Mark Osterman. Mark works closely with McDonald's senior leaders to drive the brand's most significant strategies and accelerate growth across 39,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries. And we have, lastly, Executive Vice President and Chief Finance Officer Kevin Ozan. Kevin Ozan sets financial direction and develops strategies designed to drive sustained, profitable growth for the company and enhance value for shareholders. For the external environment, it is divided into three parts. We have natural environment, societal environment, and task environment or industry analysis. For the natural environment of McDonald's Corporation, McDonald's must improve its environmental programs and sustainability to strengthen its brand and business performance. The opportunities, rebuilding the brand image and conservation. Rebuilding the brand image because due to unethical behavior of one high-rank individual of McDonald's, it leads to a big negative impact in the whole organization. Conservation because it is better to have a lesser cost and friendly resources through recyclable materials to be used in their operation. For the threats, constant environmental concerns, wherein McDonald's should practice protecting as well the environment through using recyclable materials and promote clean surrounding to the community. For the new environmental policy, McDo must follow new policies and programs that are made by the law to protect the environment. For due to COVID-19 pandemic, it resulted to limited movement of people and many restrictions and regulations to be complied. The next part is the societal environment. Social trends influence consumer behaviors and in turn affect the remote of macro environment of the business in terms of revenue, opportunities, innovative products, mobile order and delivery, online services, discount and freebies for food items. Innovative products because consumer wants are always changing. Mobile order and delivery, it is more convenient for customer to just be delivered their foods wherever they are. For the online services, a new trend of selling is through online platforms. Therefore, McDonald's must be active as well in the online world. You have also discount and freebies for food items. Consumer wants to have a lesser expense but with a quality product. And for the threats, more health conscious consumers, wherein consumers want to have a healthy lifestyle. Of course, all of us wants that. For cultural threat while operating in various countries, every country has different cultures and norms which McDo must consider, especially when they are expanding throughout the world. For the risk environments and technology initiatives, technology changes rapidly, which means that the technology invested in today may seem to be out of date almost the moment it is installed and up and running. And for the third part, tax environment or industry analysis, the slow but stable economic growth of development countries is an opportunity for McDonald's to grow and increase the stability of its restaurant chain business. For the opportunities, global expansion, an opportunity for McDonald's to increase customer base worldwide, acquisition of key competitors. Acquiring a competing industry lessens its competitor. And for the partnership with other brands, Partnership is not only for connection, but as well to give and take strategy. And for the joint venture business, it is the business arrangement to engage into a new project of or business activity. And for the threats, fierce competition from competitors. Many fast food industries are stabled and others new age fast food trends. The transformation of fast food industry as years pass by. And for the regulatory pressures, abide with the regulations and laws of the country. And we have economic fluctuations. The level of national income is uncertain and amidst the inflationary pressures. And to summarize, we have the external environment, natural environment, societal environment, and task environment or industry analysis.
McDonald's corporate structure has the following characteristics that is arranged according to significance in affecting food service and business operations. First is the global hierarchy. McDonald's Corporation has a global hierarchy to cover all its operations worldwide. This feature of the organizational structure emphasizes corporate control in the context of managerial control and direction. Second, performance-based. This is the most distinct features of McDonald's corporate structure. And lastly, function-based group. This organizational structure characteristics enables McDonald's Corporation to address basic functions in its business. Groups may be added or changed as the company grows and its target market change. Corporate culture of McDonald's in three principles. First, customer obsessed. Proud to exceed the customer's expectation at every visit through good food and great hospitality. Second, better together. Proud of the way we work together to make a difference to our business, our people, our communities, and our planet. Third, committed to lead. Proud to be a leading, world-class organization.
Analysis of strategic factors. Key internal and external strategic factors. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of McDonald's Corporation are shown. Also, a strategic factor analysis summary is providing a holistic, overarching strategic view of McDonald's Corporation in the market. The review of mission and objectives. So, McDonald's mission is to serve Filipino community by providing a great tasting food and the most relevant customer delight experience. McDonald's objectives are also shown below. There are 4. To serve good food in a friendly and fun environment, to be a social responsible company, to provide good returns to its shareholders, and aims are to serve good food in a friendly and fun environment. Alternatives and recommendations. The strategic alternatives for McDonald's Corporation are market penetration, market development, and product development.
Recommended strategy. The recommended strategic goal is to fuel the business growth through a combination of market penetration and market development intensive strategy.
So let's go now to the implementation of McDonald's Corporation. They are the next-gen stores, the continued expansion and innovations, and the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Next-gen stores are new stores format equipped with a multi-point service system that enables a fast, convenient, and seamless experience. You can see in the picture is the first McDonald's Next-Gen flagship opened in Mackenzie, West Taguig City in October 5, 2018. Inside, the flagship stores offers customers a modern industrial design, a McCafe, and a new service platform featuring innovations internationally. Self-ordering kiosks that allow cashless payments, sleek counters for ordering and claiming, and guest experience leaders. As of today, McDonald's rolled out more than 30 next-gen stores in the Philippines and planning to transform more McDonald's restaurants into next-gen stores. For the continued expansion and innovations, as part of the company's vision to lead, McDonald's in 2019 increased its capital expenditures to over 3 billion pesos, geared towards initiatives founded on elevating and customer experience valued and convenience. McDonald's ended the year with 669 nationwide, with the majority of newly opened stores having drive-through. 2019 marked strong growth for this business segment. Another growth driver for the young-led QSR was its McDelivery service, with the opening of more delivery hubs and its growing partnerships with major food aggregators such as GrabFood and Foodpanda. However, McDonald's Philippines shattered 30 stores in 2020 but opened 16 new stores despite the pandemic. McDonald's now have 655 stores in the country.
With regards to the response of the company to the COVID-19 pandemic, McDonald's promoted and enhanced the safety and cleanliness protocols, providing sanitizers and cleaning procedures. Dedicated safety managers were deployed in all their restaurants, and hand sanitizers were given to the customers for every 30 minutes. No mask, no entry policy, temperature checks, hand and footwear disinfection, and the completion of a healthcare check form was observed upon entering the restaurants. This is to ensure the safety not only of the customers but also their employees. M-Safe care kits were also available, and no-touch delivery services was also observed. Lastly, park order and pay policy was there as well to ensure the safety of their employees and the customers.
For the evaluation and control of McDonald's Corporation, we have the three: feedback control, feed-forward control, food safety, and quality control mechanics. Control is an important part in management because the purpose is to make the management and control strategies to be executed so that the organization's objectives are achieved. For the feedback control, implementation of the plan administrator provides real information but also increase employee motivation. Feed-forward control is designed to prevent or reduce the performance deficiencies before they occur and greatly improve the company's chances of success, wherein managers predict in advance the problem and fix it. And for the food quality and safety control mechanics, in McDonald's, the quality is always the biggest weight and considered the largest factor. Whatever the product, just go to McDonald's procurement logistic chain must go through a rigorous series of quality checks.
And now we've come to the end of our presentation. On our next slides, you will see our appendices and references. Thank you very much and have a great day ahead.